Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are with Crypto Joe. If you don't follow Crypto Charts Joe on Twitter, Joe, what's your Twitter handle?
Yeah, it's at Crypto Charts Joe. Simple as that.
Perfect. I like simple. So if you haven't seen Joe before, we did an interview a little while ago, and to say that Joe likes to teach people about how to read stock charts, crypto charts, precious metal charts, it's probably an underestimate. I mean, you're very underestimating him. He loves to teach. When he starts going, he moves. I am one of his Patreon followers. Just I don't get any money from Joe for this, but I think he gives a very valuable service. I've learned a lot, so I reached out to him and wanted to start doing these interviews. So Joe, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks, and glad to be back.
Awesome.
It's a great day.
Yeah, let's talk cryptocurrency. Where do you see right now where we are in the grand scheme of things? Are you bullish on the cryptocurrency market right now, or are you bearish?
Actually, I'm extremely bullish. There's two main charts. Kind of, I've been keeping in my back pocket regarding, confirmation to me personally that we've kind of, got up and over the hill. Now, we're going to have pullbacks, a little, back testing and stuff along the way because, nothing goes up. And actually you need, in order to go higher, believe it or not, you need to come back in. Just like when your kids were jumping on the trampoline when they were younger, they had to come back down, hit the tramp in order to go higher, so that's, kind of the mindset and, that I think, the cryptos or stocks, gold, silver, anything else needs to do in the meantime.
Nice. So right now it looks like in the next 90 days, just to give people an idea, and I want to remind everybody here, both me and Joe are not financial professionals, okay? We're enthusiasts. We like the crypto market. We love investing in multiple different things, but what we're talking about is crypto. So don't take this as financial advice. But what would you say in the next 90 days, are you expecting some pretty decent moves in the crypto market? Because it looks like we just hit a $2 trillion market cap in the cryptocurrency market, and that pretty much just bumped its all-time high.
Right. Yeah, you're spot on. And maybe that's one of my little secret things I watch is the acceleration of the money into the market. Because no matter how good a technology is or, how stoked, people are on a particular sector, without money coming in, the price is not going to go up. Just like a mom and pop store, on the corner, they're not going to be able to go to the next level and expand unless they have a acceleration of money coming in to their store. And it's funny you should say that. I'm going to go ahead, if it's all right.
Yeah, you want to share a chart?
Yeah, right here. I think I have it up now. And this is the total market cap of all of crypto. Okay, and this is the daily. Each candles 24 hours price action, so on and so forth. But I'm going to take everything off of here, just clean it up. And this is how simple it is to see money coming in. And that's obviously what you want to see. And it started back really on July 21st, the day. And matter of fact, if a person were to mirror this chart with their coin, for example, we'll get to a specific chart for that for the altcoins here in a second. But for example, Bitcoin, yeah, each breakout candle, bullish engulfing candle, clearing candle, they're all the same, but different people know it by different names, so that's why I use all those terms. You could mirror this chart, and that's where your coin would be pushing to the upside. Now let's go to the weekly, and this is kind of my secret chart, to be honest with you. Once we get over the two most important trend lines on the chart is the 20 weekly simple moving average and the 200 simple moving average. And when they come together or get close together, that's like, oh my goodness, because I know not 99% of the time, but 100% of the time, they are going to separate. And if the market is in an uptrend or about to hit an uptrend with the acceleration of money coming into the market, it's going to be a fantastic next, few months, for example, based on the weekly chart. And as you can see back here, they were close together, the 20 and 200 separated. Then we had a little mini bull market here. Then we had the back here in February, March of 20, we had the, virus situation, yep, slammed the markets. And then once we got back over the 20, right here in April, about the middle, end of April. So here we go. Now, yeah, recently we have had the big, waterfall to the downside, retested that 20, came back down and did some, pretty nice consolidation here. And long story short, right here, week before last, I mean, that gave us a lot of hope, a lot of, firepower to say, hey, we're off running to the, going to the, to higher highs.
Yeah.
And then,
Hey, Joe, can I jump in real quick? Are
yeah.
you able to overlay volume, daily volume on that chart or weekly?
Yeah.
Let's
Right.
show them because you were talking about volume, and it's nice to give people an indicator. So like you said, we're popped back over the 20. And it's interesting. Can you explain to the people on that SmackDown that we saw a few weeks back? In May, we have a spike in volume and how that's different as compared to now.
Okay, that was first of all, that was the shorts pile. This is both buy and sell volume here, but obviously it's more on the sell side because we're going down. Mm-hmm. And adding to that, the shorts and then the people getting stopped out. And that's another topic for another day, but knowing how and where to set those stops so you don't get triggered as easily. And then you wake up, the next morning and then your whole account's wiped out. We've all been there and, that's a tough lesson to learn.
Yeah.
But that's and whether it's a stock market or crypto, it takes to, the old saying, the markets move up, on the stairs, so to speak, going up the stairs, and they come down on the elevator or free fall. And that's kind of what, obviously happened here and then back here with the, the situation with COVID, et cetera, that knocked us. But what you want to see is increasing, and not a lot of times do you see that. You want to see stair stepping volume to the upside. Okay. And I compare it to, like a campfire, you have to put more wood on the fire to make it bigger. Hence, you have to put more, buy volume into an asset in order to make it up. But on a kind of a side note, 99% of these or 100% of these exchanges are not trading the coin only. There's a lot of, hypothecation of both in the stock market, buying and selling shares out there that really aren't there. And then same with the coins. And if we were trading strictly coins, just like when you were a kid trading, whatever it was, with your friends, in the neighborhood, if we were legitimately, every time a coin was bought or sold, you had to transfer that physically, go over the internet to, from wallet to wallet, I think you would see a totally different market and definitely a lot higher.
Yeah, and let me jump in real quick. I want to point out to the viewers that the volume, the sheer volume of the coin, the total market cap in the last 3 to 4 weeks, right here in August.
Right.
If you look and compare it to July of 2020, all the way to mid-November of 2020, even though you see the prices increasing in the total market cap, the weekly volume is almost half of July to November 2020, as opposed to what we're seeing in the last few weeks.
Right. So that must mean, of course, bigger money's coming in. I really don't think this is just mom and pops and you and I out here buying at all. And you can trace that back, like you were saying, several weeks, like even back here. Let's go to 17. In 2017, as you can see, that big, huge run.
Yeah, no volume.
Yeah. And also back then, let's just be honest. Back then, the only thing we had was a white paper. Let's just talk about Litecoin, because that's what I got in on with this deal, the first quarter of 2017. And the only thing we had was a white paper, and a good technology and a great transfer of money and a hope and a prayer. Okay. And then you saw how it ran up. And now a lot of these coins now have real world use. They have, they have a proven team behind them. Yeah. They survived, a couple of bear markets or a real strong bear market, then kind of the up and downs of 2019. And then present day, I don't know if I mentioned, but patents as well. A lot of these coins are not a lot of, few of them are getting numerous patents, and they just don't hand those out. The U.S. Patent Office doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't mind me jumping in, and I didn't talk to you about this in the pre-interview, and we can't stay on too long today, but I really want to pull up some information on XRP because I'm glad you brought up patents and things. I mean, we know Theta's been doing patents, but we're at a if you wouldn't mind, if you could pull up a chart of XRP, because there's so many people talking about it, because it's had quite a powerful run in the last week and a half, because a lot of people are speculating on what's about to happen with the SEC, which is going to affect the entire market as a whole. Could we talk about this? Because to me, on a day where I see everything in red, but XRP is up 16, 18%, you know there's something going on behind the scenes. I wanted to see what the weekly volume is or the daily, whichever way. But if you wouldn't mind explaining that for the listeners, I think there's a lot of people in the XRP army that really want to, wow, look at the volume. It's really picked up.
Right, exactly. And like you said, I watch volume from time to time, but I really don't, trade on it per se, because we can't really depend on an honest assessment of coin to coin, so to speak, volume.
That's true. There's trading bots, all kinds of issues.
Right. But like you said, there's acceleration of FOMO and everything. I don't know what you want to call it, but when you see volume like this, I'm telling you, and I'm not the conspiracy type, so to speak, but there's somebody or some group or groups that know the potential. They have odds and percentages on their side, knowing the outcome of this SEC debacle. Let's just be honest. So I think that group or groups are, buying this thing hands over fist and holding. And yeah, great breakout. And also to compare it to some of the other really strong altcoins out there, just, there's a handful of them. Notice that the 20 is back over the 200, and that's a positive. And then the 50 for even more foundation is beginning to line up. You want, your 20, then your 50, then your 200. And that's what we're seeing here. And then, yes, the clearing candles, the breakout candles, the perfect, fighting the 200 right here, coming back in, backfilling, not taking out the breakout candle, and then boom, closing and consolidating over the 200, and then lift off. And yeah, you're going to have a little problem up here with this low pivot, this consolidation zone that's all resistance. So yeah, it's going to be resistance again, but boom, put in a little pause candle, and then boom, broke over. And then here we go. And then I mean, this is trading just picture perfect with classical technical analysis coming up, hitting these low pivot, resistance areas, coming back in this little, without getting too deep.
Yeah, let's not get too deep.
Not getting too deep, but it's trading like it's supposed to. I mean, there's big money out there that can push it around, push any coin around. I mean, there's big money that can push Bitcoin around, but it looks chart wise, technical wise, to be very, very legit. Not a pump and dump, let's say. So a lot of credibility here within the chart for what you were talking about regarding, possibly some good news.
Let's do this. I'm gonna unshare your screen so I could see how sweet your backdrop is. And the reason why I wanted to bring up XRP, because I love that you talk about people are buying and holding. It seems like there's some strong hands. What I found the other day is I love going on the XRP rich list, right? Because I believe that we all have our favorite projects, but some projects you can't deny. We understand what Ripple has been working towards with governments and central banks around the world. We know that this is, quite frankly, one of the greatest opportunities, I think, for banks to be able to save a lot of money and move money and keep track of it, right? The XRP rich list has exploded in the last couple of weeks, where the largest wallets have literally exploded, whereas I saw them shrink as the SEC issue was happening back December. It's quite impressive. And it's really neat with blockchain because we get to see not only the fundamentals, the technicals and all of that stuff, but then we get to actually see the raw data of how big these wallets are. And it is quite staggering. I don't know if you've been following that or not.
Oh, no, not as much as you have, but that's definitely smart money coming in, to be able to figure that out and do that, and then knowing the case inside and out. And I'll bet there's quite a few attorneys that have looked into it, for friends, family, partners, to see exactly, how everything's written. Because it's a little hard for us to, read through that stuff, at least for me, and understand and kind of anticipate. And that's part of the game, anticipating, the outcome and the deal. But going back to your original question when we first started regarding the next few months, the last quarter, and historically, again, kind of letting, a real good idea out of the bag here, but October has historically been an incredible month. The highest percentage gains of any coin, obviously including Bitcoin, has been in October. So go back, this whole year, and month by month, look at the gains that your particular coin that you're into, whoever out there, and then October will beat that. Okay, I'm just saying. And then actually this whole bull market, and this is a little bit more to get into than we have time here. Again, there's going to be some, pullback, slam downs, 20, 30%. That's just normal for us. Okay. But I see it running really through March, first quarter of 2022, before we go into that next cycle, of a longer term bear market, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, the buy and hold people, I think, are going to do very well. And then, the traders, they better be on their toes, trying to, and then also about some people, the altcoins. I think this is notorious for new people to lose money. They're holding a good quality coin with a good technology and staff behind it. And then they'll see another coin running, so they'll sell theirs, jump into that one that's running, and then what do you know? They mistime it, and then the one they sold off is now running, and the one that they just bought is dumping. So they play that game. So yeah, watch out for that too.
Yeah, and you know what, actually, Joe, we're running out of time, so I got to button this up. But that would be a really good topic. Remind me, because I think you and me are going to be at a very undisclosed location in a little time. Yeah, and we're going to be in the same room, and I think that'd be a great to go over trading emotions. I think that's very important. I talk about it a lot.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, right. Let's do that. Remind me about that, and let's do that when we meet up, because I'm super excited to do that.
Great.
Awesome. All right. Well, we already said how we can find you on Twitter. Is there any other? Do you have a YouTube channel or anything like else you'd like to tell people about?
YouTube, but just sporadic videos. Again, it's under Crypto Charts Joe, just one word, and then the Patreon, really, where they can come in, and we're getting ready to do some other steps. Actually, thanks to you, we're going to be up layering some tiers to get more information out there, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and that's all about my mission, is to help other successful people become way more successful than me, so then I just get sucked up into your wake. All right. And I really do appreciate everything you do for the community, for especially the Twitterverse. When it comes to crypto Twitter, you have a great message and a great following. So I thank you so much for coming and jumping on the channel today.
Oh, absolutely. Enjoy it anytime.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, I thank you so much for following us. All the new subscribers, thank you. For everybody that's throwing the thumbs up, please check out Crypto Joe on Twitter, and we will talk to you guys later. The Economic Ninja is out.